Congressman Green, your sense on where these talks are right now? I mean, the clock is ticking louder and louder.
Charles, thanks for having me on the show. I think we're really close. I mean, in talking to Steny Hoyer and Leader McCarthy, it appears that there are just a few issues remaining. To use Majority Leader Hoyer's words, he basically said there's some tactical maneuvering that's still going on, whatever that means. But they're very close. He even suggested on Friday when they let us go, be prepared to come back this week to vote on it.
You know, it's so interesting because I feel that Hoyer has been more genuine with respect to his commentary on this. You know, maybe it's his role to be that way than Nancy Pelosi, who I guess, you know, they're playing nice guy, good guy, or nice guy, good woman, whatever you call it. But certainly when I hear from him throughout this process, I have felt better, like maybe it is a possibility. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I'm not sure their messaging is the same. You know, one maybe is playing good cop, bad cop. I don't know. I just know that he manages the floor of the House, and on the floor of the House, that's what he put out. You know, our big concern is there's still 1.8 trillion unspent from the previous bill. There's 5 trillion from the Fed that hasn't been, you know, completely released into the, or 5 trillion, 1.8 trillion. Those are big numbers of money that's still out there and available, and I think we need to get that into the economy as quickly as possible too.
Yeah, I think the Fed money is going to be tough. Apparently, the requirements are just too tough, too onerous. But with respect, you know, the clock, you know, I started by saying the clock is ticking. There's a couple of things. We got another part to this sense of urgency today, particularly when it comes to small businesses. There's a legal decision that will prevent the consolidation of business interruption claims that are related to COVID. So that means a much longer process for these small businesses that are already hanging by a thread. There's a great article in the Journal about a small town in Kansas that's hanging by a thread. And obviously in Tennessee, you've got a lot of small towns and small businesses that are facing the same sort of issues as well.
Well, in Tennessee, we opened up, Charles. I mean, we don't have any restrictions now on 89 of our 95 counties. There are a few isolated areas where there's still some restrictions, but our economy is blowing up because we have taken the restrictions off, and you know, our unemployment is plummeting. That is really the best way to fix this thing, is to open up. And you can look at our mortality rates in here in Tennessee, not significantly. In fact, it's below the national average. So, I mean, I think the best thing to do is open up safely and get the economy going again.
No, I don't disagree with that. And of course, in New York, they're ready to close parts in New York again. Before I let you go, let me ask, as a physician, your thoughts on what a Trump recovery from COVID-19 would mean, in just terms of hopes, but also in terms of treatment, how we might treat this.
Well, honestly, I think the doctors are being pretty aggressive with him. You know, they started on remdesivir and, you know, some of those nutritional things like vitamin D and zinc. And, of course, he got dexamethasone, the steroid, to prevent the inflammation. So from what I'm hearing, he's doing great. He's ready to go back to work. From what I understand, he's pretty much had a full work day while he's been at the hospital. So, I mean, you can't stop this guy. So I think he's going to be fine and be back to work probably this week. I'm hearing very soon.
Could it be a template, though, for people who, particularly older folks, who get who contract the virus?
Absolutely. And I think our physicians, from what I'm hearing from my colleagues, my physician colleagues, that's exactly the cocktail they're using.
Oh, great news. Always appreciate our conversations, Congressman Green. We'll talk to you again real soon.
See you. Take care.